morning. As you can tell, got a crap ton of snow around here. Pretty much confined to the shop. We've got a high today of a whopping 0 degrees. So we're just gonna stay inside where it's warm. Work on, hopefully get the planter in there and get that starting to get ready for spring. Don't mind the mess in here. First thing we've got to do today, oh, wrong switch. So I gotta get my computer out and we gotta update the monitor on this loader tractor here. Yesterday I put a switch in the cab so that we could run this spreader. Seems like I had to tear apart the whole cab just to get the wires in the right spot, but should work pretty good for now. Alright, so what we're doing here is downloading some monitor updates for that tractor over there, and then the other tractors will take the same update as well. So getting that updated, putting on that USB drive takes forever, so we're just going to let it sit here. While that's going on, shuffle some equipment around so we can get the planter in here. Alright, now we made a little room in the shop there. Let's go get the planter out and see if we can make that fit in there and work on it a little bit. Gotta move that sprayer around so it ain't so cockeyed in there. Straighten it out. It's cold out here. Long story short, we couldn't get it updated because there's something wrong with the John Deere software advisor on my computer. So we got this done and ready to go. We're gonna unhook it and put it away, and then finally pull the planter in here and start working on that. adjusted. So we can work on the planter. The loader tractor in here to stay warm if it ever gets another snowstorm and we need to push snow again. Seems like it never ends. Alright, so we got to put all the gauge wheels, which are sitting in the back of the shop, on. Gotta check all the disc openers, make sure those are true. Make sure all these gauge closing wheels are straight. Just make sure everything's ready for spring. And we got some more parts to add on. Hopefully they show up in the next couple weeks so that we can get her all buttoned up and put together. Here are those gauge wheels that need to go on yet. Okay, next in this process, gotta pop that nut off, take the scraper off, take the gauge wheel arm off, then we can pop this disc off, take it over to my jig, see if she runs true or not. In case you're wondering, we got these handy dandy bearings inside of these gauge wheel arms instead of the stock Deere ones. Should keep them a lot tighter, make them last a lot longer. Plus you don't have to grease them. Double seal bearing. Alright, so here's my jig. Slap the disc right on there. Washer nut on. Buzz that up here tight. Alright, now we can run it. Make her spin. You see right here we got this little bolt we can tighten up. And it right up against there. Close as we can. And we just spin this steel. See how much resistance there is. This one's not perfectly true. It's pretty dang close. Problem with disc openers is that quality control kind of sucks on them, and it seems like no matter who it is, every brand is, you got to check them and make sure that they're true and centered. Alright, so they got this row about put back together. Discs were true, put them back on, got them shimmed right. And now we got to throw the gauge wheel and the gauge wheel arm back together and slap it on there quick. Alright, so we got it just tight enough that it kind of sticks a little bit. And it's tight enough against that disc that there won't be any dirt spiraling out of this inside here into the furrow. We don't want any dry dirt inside of the furrow. That's about how I like to run them. I mean, bouncing across the field, they'll always stay down. They won't ever get stuck up like that with the field. So that should work pretty good. So when we shim up these disc openers, put these 2 business cards in here. Just push them together till they get tight. About like so. About like so. Then I measure between the 2. So looks to be about 2.5 inches right there. It's about perfectly where I want to run them. Book says closer to 2 inches. I like to be a little bit wider. Hopefully I prevent getting any W in the trench and just a little less room for error when they're closer together like that. Alright, next thing we're going to do is replace these bushings here for these bearings here. So all we got to do is, took the nut off already, we just popped that guy out of there. And then we take this little deal and put it in there, and then we'll have to tighten it, the torque wrench, to 85 foot-pounds. Coming up, we got a little bit of a project to finish up on our planter. These furrow forces finally showed up. Just got to install all of them. We've got our furrow forces right now. I'm putting together these discs with these hubs, throwing them on. Got all them here in this box and in them boxes over there. And then we gotta put them all on the back here, but missing some parts. They didn't quite send everything that we needed, so getting done what we can. And when we get the rest of what we need, we'll bolt it on right there, and the planter should be pretty close to good to go. I have to put gauge wheels on that other half, but for now we'll do what we can till we get the parts we need. Rye we planted here last fall is coming along nicely. Made some strips here a little earlier, a few days ago. Got a rain, hopefully to seal it up, make for a nice stale seed bed. Boy, this rye looks nice. This should be awesome to plant into. Rye will grow a little bit yet before we get planting, and it should be really nice and mellow.